Okay, I'm Jolene Sanger. During the time period between 1920 and 1933, the United States held a constitutional nationwide ban on the sale, production, importation, and transportation of alcoholic beverages. Due to this nationwide ban, there was a dramatic increase in illegal production and sale of liquor, often called bootlegging. To mend this issue, there was a repeal of the 21st Amendment on December 5th, 1933. This amendment allowed states to set their own legal drinking age. During this time, most states set the drinking age at 21 years of age. However, on July 1st, 1971, the 26th Amendment was passed, lowering the legal voting age from 21 to 18. Following the passage of this amendment, 30 states in the United States dropped their legal drinking age, ranging from 18 to 20. States had the right to choose what their state's legal drinking age should be without any repercussions, up until 1984 when the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984 was enacted. This act prompted states to either raise their legal age to 21 or risk losing millions in federal highway funds. By 1988, all 50 states had raised their drinking age to 21. The minimum legal drinking age should be lowered in the United States because that is the age where an individual legally becomes an adult. Many other countries have a lower drinking age, and allowing young adults to drink in a regulated, supervised environment would decrease unsafe drinking activity, such as binge drinking. At the age of 18, an individual is legally allowed to enlist in the military, vote, and even be sued in the court of law. However, they can't sit down and enjoy a beer out with their friends. On November 11, 1942, the draft age was lowered to 18. On March 23, 1971, the 26th Amendment changed a portion of the 14th Amendment, and the voting age was lowered to 18. On July 17, 1984, Congress passed the national minimum drinking age of 1984, making it so every state that did not raise the age to purchase or publicly consume alcohol to 21 would be punished by losing federal highway funds. The government has made it possible for young adults to vote and have a say in United States politics. They've also made it possible for young adults to risk their lives in order to protect this country's freedom. But the government has made it impossible for a young adult to sit down at a bar or restaurant and consume an alcoholic beverage. According to research done by Professor David J. Hansen at the State University of New York, the average legal drinking age around the world is roughly age 15 years of age. But the majority of countries worldwide have their legal drinking age set at 18. Developed countries like the United Kingdom, Canada, and Russia have a drinking age of 18. Some developed countries such as Germany, Austria, and Switzerland have their drinking age set as low as 16. The United States, Japan, Iceland, and South Korea are the only developed countries with a drinking age set above 18 years old. South Korea's age is set at 19, Japan and Iceland are set at age 20, but the United States drinking age is set at 21, making it the only developed country with that high of a drinking age. According to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, individuals aged 12 to 21 years old drink about 11% of all alcohol consumed in the United States. More than 90% of this alcohol is consumed in the form of binge drinks. Binge drinking is defined by the NIAAA as a pattern of drinking that brings blood alcohol concentration to 0.08. Essentially, binge drinking is drinking to get drunk. On average, underage drinkers consume more drinks per drinking occasion than adult drinkers. Young adults tend to be rebellious and will most likely participate in dangerous activity if they are told they are not allowed to do something. The drinking age is set at 21, but that isn't stopping young adults from drinking. For example, in a study done by Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Survey on Drug Use and Health reported that 24% of youth ages 12 to 21 years old drink alcohol. By not allowing young adults to drink in restaurants and bars, which are somewhat regulated and supervised environments, they are choosing to drink elsewhere, in environments that are not regulated, supervised, and in some cases not safe. In this situation, risky and dangerous behavior is more likely. In 2010, there were approximately 189,000 emergency room visits by persons under the age of 21 for injuries related to alcohol. Alcohol is dangerous no matter what the age of the person is. According to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, from the years 2006 to 2010, there were roughly 88,000 alcohol-related deaths per year. That is 1 in 10 deaths of the working person aged 20 to 64. Controlling consumption is a maturity factor and depends on the individual. Unfortunately, there is no way to measure maturity to establish if an individual can control their consumption or not. The minimum legal drinking age should be lowered to 18 because that is when an individual becomes a legal adult and should have the choice to have a beer with their friends.